Hello, and thank you for joining me in the Mary C. Doxsee Historic Clothing and Textile Collection in Patton Hall here at Ohio University. This current exhibit is looking at coats. Now, as you may well know, living here in Ohio, we use various types of coats for many different reasons pretty much all year round. When we look at some of the coats here in the collection, we are only looking at a few that we have highlighted, mainly 20th century. We have a lovely example of a 1970s graphic print coat with the beginnings of a wonderful butterfly collar. We also have an example of a 1960s cocktail evening jacket. It does have faux rhinestone buttons as accents. Faux rhinestones were very popular in the mid-20th century, 1950s, 1960s. If you have any in your family's collection, keep them. I'm sure they tell good stories. We also have a great example of an Abercrombie and Fitch jacket. This is actually a 1970s African safari jacket. It is made out of patchwork corduroy. It does have matching pants to go with it as well. Abercrombie and Fitch actually started as a professional outdoorsman clothing company back in the 1890s, and then actually switched or kind of morphed more into sportswear for both men and women at the beginning of the 20th century. Today, as we know them, they're a little bit different, but when they started out, it was mainly for sportswear, clothing items and activities. We do also have a lovely coat from the 1880s on display as well. You can see that wonderful silhouette of a woman from the 1880s with the wide shoulders, the skinny waist, and then the wider hip area, because women during that time period would wear bustles, which were kind of like padded pillows right underneath the waistline of the skirt. And then on top of that, we also have a fantastic coat from the 1970s made of acetate. You hear that? Acetate is the same fabric that like graduation gowns are made out of. This coat has a wonderful scalloped edge to it on both sides, as you can see. It also has ribbons of acetate, so it kind of adds to that shimmery glimmer when this is worn out somewhere on an evening watching a musical or a theater or the opera. So this was a lovely dress coat as well. So come on down when you get a chance and check out what else we have in the collection. And thank you for joining me.